Hey everybody, Ben here, and we've got a game tonight. We've got a game from Summer Sorcery. So this is round one of our summer tournament, which is all wizards. All teams get a wizard. Everybody gets a wizard. You get a wizard. Oprah gets a wizard. Everybody gets a wizard. And we've got Ian Tripli00 on the line. Trips, how are you today?
Not too bad. Very excited today.
Oh, it's been a very busy Blood Bowl day. And now you get to play some teams that don't exist in a rule set that won't exist for much longer. This is a harrowing but still exciting experience. And in the red corner, or it might be blue, we'll find out in Fumble in a minute, we've got BloodtitheBen.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Ben? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to getting my Nurglings stabbed, I think.
Oh, it's going to be a fun game. So this is halfway through round one of Summer Sorcery. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games played already. We've got 3 going on at the moment, and we're about to start our 4th here. Is that right? You guys haven't started yet, have you? Or No, that's exciting. So in first place at the moment, we've got a Bretonian team by Padster. We've got Nobby Knobs, running Witch Hunters this time, not the Norse, in second. We've got a few teams with wins here. We've got Corn, Skaven, Skink, and those have all won a game. So that's Pilgers. I think that's Fangs, his little lad. May not be little, I'm not sure. We've got Painter Bar, we've got Orkster, we've got Morpheus. Oh, we've got Greenberger up there in the top as well. We've got BBC's Bike. Oh, there's just some great Blood Bowl going on here. But anyway, we are here to focus on your games. So we'll have a quick look at your team. So Triple Pow Stab is what Ian is running, which is Khainite Assassins. Ian, have you played this team much before?
Absolutely no times before. That's the whole fun of this tournament.
Yes, it is. But we've talked about this team before, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Dark Elves with Shadowing and Stab. What more could you want?
It's a team of
other than some
armor. Well, armor is, don't need armor. You've got 3 guys with armor 8. Okay, one of them secret weapon, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stabs and a chainsaw with 11 players and 3 rerolls. Ian, that's a pretty horrific team. So assuming you're going up against someone with average armor, could be really, really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Your armor's not that bad, Ben. You might be all right.
Is it not? I thought the Nurglings are armor 6, right?
No, armor 7, man.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, everything's fine. Sorry, I thought that was 6.
Everything's fine. Ben's an absolute pro at surviving a stab-heavy list with an armor 7 team. I remember that after Tombstone tournament, I came downstairs and you were there waiting for your panini, just staring into the distance like you'd seen some things, man.
Cradling my one surviving werecat.
We get to stream it now. You got 2 beasts, you got 2 plague bearers, you've got 2 putrefiers, and a whole bunch of Nurglings and 4 rerolls. Ben, 15 players all in all, here to represent the Stunty League, the revitalizing life bringers.
Yes, yeah, bringing life to Blood Bowl with fun and
with the blessings of Nurgle. All right, guys, are you ready to go?
If you have the game open, Ian, the game name is Wizard.
Here we go.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So while you guys boot that up, I'm just going to have a quick check in chat. None of those were human words. That was a bit of a fail. It's steady, no reason. When do you think the NAF tournaments will switch over? Says Rob. That is real. Well, no one knows. Even the NAF don't know. It depends on when the rules are released and how much the shake-up is. I imagine they're going to have to... I imagine they will do the inclusive thing, which is allow tournaments to choose which format they use for a period of time, probably a whole year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they introduce Blood Bowl 2020 as a subcategory now. There was talk about using the CRP as a mini separate zone, but I think it would be more pragmatic to introduce Blood Bowl 2020 as a new zone and leave everything else piled in together. That is what I would expect. Whether it's the right thing or not, I don't know. Hey, I didn't make it as NAF president, so I don't have to make that choice or help everybody else make that choice, but that would be what I would recommend. Mark Pilgrim says he's definitely not little. He's 6 foot and 20. Well, if the fact he's playing Skaven and winning with them makes him enough of a man, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, can't beat Skaven. Or at least you can't beat Skaven at the moment. It's going to be very different when your gutter runners can't throw like pros. It's going to be a challenge for me. Okay, the game is live. So let's just jump over to the fumble page.
Is it the same thing where it's 2 cards each?
No, you don't get cards.
Not that.
You
No
get
cards?
You
Okay.
get a wizard. You get no cards,
checking.
but you buy a wizard each. It's cool. It's cool. I did like the cards though. They were good fun.
Yeah, they were interesting. They'd certainly helped.
Okay, we've got fumble loaded. Obviously, the one thing is missing is some crowd noise for the background for the stream. We've got crowd noise. Ooh, there's a pitch. Oh, Ian, I love that you've got the logo on your pitch. That's fantastic.
I've got a star player as well, Ben, just to really...
Yep, that's fine. Is it? Have they got stab as well?
No, they don't have stab.
Who's Ian gone for? Oh, Ithaca Benowin. Alright, so here we go. It's game time. Guys, I'm just going to talk nonsense over the top of you. If you want me to be quiet, you tell me.
I know, you feel free. I'll just chime in with some patter every now and then.
Fantastic. So, what have
get used to stab, regenerate.
Okay, so the revitalizing Lifebringers get Fame +1. So that's Ben. And Bloodtithe gets the coin flip and is receiving. So Ben wants first crack here at the stabby monkeys. And I think that's not a terrible decision. If you're afraid of having a bunch of guys line up against you, that could be tough. And just for everybody who's just joining us now, we have got a very interesting matchup here. We've got all things Nurgle here on the left-hand side. The red team for today is going to be BloodtitheBen with Revitalizing Lifebringers. We've got 2 Beasts of Nurgle, essentially. 4519, Disturbing Presence, Loner, Tentacles, Really Stupid, Regeneration, Nurgle's Rot, Mighty Blow, and Foul Appearance. We've got 2 Plague Bearers, and the Plague Bearers are 5228, Disturbing Presence, Horns, Regeneration, Nurgle's Rot, Foul Appearance. We've got 2 Putrefiers, 5227, Disturbing Presence, Stunty, Regeneration, Big Hand. Big Hand we've seen do a lot of good work. Nurgle's Rot, Sure Hands, and Dodge. So Big Hand with Agility 2 means you're picking up on a 4+ forever. With Sure Hands, you get a reroll. So these guys are going to be pretty exciting. That one actually has 2 heads. And then we've got a load of Nurglings, 5227, Stunty, Regenerations, Nurgle's Rot, and Dodge. So some little stunty guys with armor 7 and strength 2 up against Triple Pow Stab from Ian Triple Pow himself. And this is basically a team of Dark Elf Assassins, very good Dark Elf Assassins, and some bad Dark Elf Assassins that don't have assassin skills yet. So 6347, you've got Pro Elf Lineman with a bunch of assassins and a couple of Shadow Blades who are assassins with dodge, essentially, which we've found to be a very useful skill. Oh, Ian has deployed his Executioner, which is a Dark Elf Lineman with a chainsaw. And he's got Ithaca Benowin, 7337, Loner Accurate, Nerves of Steel, Regeneration, Sure Hands, Pass, and Dump Off. So Ian is kicking away here. So the blue team is kicking away to the green team. He's deployed his team. He's got 3 sacrificial linemen on the line there. He's got 1 in reserve. He's got Ithaca and the chainsaw. So I wonder if the chainsaw is there to pressure Ben into scoring quickly. Now with Stunty, you don't often get a lot of chance not to score quickly anyway. So we've got 2 beasts on the line, flanked by Nurglings, and we've got the Sure Hands 2 heads at the back. And just spread around. This is going to be a very interesting match. I am just going to quickly... I can't tag. Oh, that's a shame. Would have been useful. Alright, so it's the first half and we have got a kick. So Ian Tripli00 to kick the ball.
Here we go.
Good luck, Ian.
Good luck, Ben. Let's see if we can... At least we won't be able to forget the skills.
Yeah.
Foul appearance. Okay, guys, I want a good, dirty, non-clean game here.
It's the best kind.
Okay, we're cheering fans, and it gives the Lifebringers an extra reroll. Now, that ball kicking wide right there is going to mean that Ben's got a bit of a walk, and his guy, the Putrefier, movement 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can get the ball. But he opens up with a Beast of Nurgle block. It's a billion dice. One of them's a POW. Not quite the triple POW to insult Ian Tripli00 himself, but does drop him down. Armor holds. Another 2 dice is a power push. No dodge on this guy. Will drop him down. And a follow-up. Armor holds. I'm loving the pitch. But that is because it's sweltering heat. So the opportunity here for both coaches to lose some players at the end of this drive until the weather changes. And the weather is still changing on a roll of a 7 here, not an 8, as it will be in Blood Bowl 2020.
It's more worrying. I know the new rules better than the old rules.
Well, they've been so exciting the last few days. It's been very distracting. I've got not a lot of work done. In fact, I saw like a bunch of you in the Wobble chat flag up the Orc list while I was driving home. I was like, I can't read it. I can't, obviously, I was driving, so I just saw loads of messages go off, and I was like, oh my goodness, what's happening? I had to sit in the car 50 miles an hour with my cruise control on, just waiting to get home to realise what was going on. I thought a lot more had been spoiled than it was, but still, 3 teams. Oh, Surehand's Putrefier gets it there with a reroll. Surehand's actually doing what it's supposed to do. Gone for a cheeky foul, and it is a no good. So Ben's redeploying his Nurglings. He's got the ball, and he's deploying them back. Now he's going to have to be very careful here because Ian Tripli00, his guys are agility 4, and they've all got plenty of movement in comparison. 6 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will get at least this assassin into contact with the cage. So it is over to turn 1 for Triple Pow Stab, and we are going to see what the Dark Elf team does here. My goodness me.
I forgot wizards were a thing.
Okay, that is not a bad opening move there. Summer Sorcery in action. The wizard strikes. I don't even know what happened. Right, so 1 beast is down and 2 Nurglings are down. And you know what? Nurgling and a Plague Bearer are down. That could have been much worse there. So 3 players down, but nobody stunned and nobody killed. But that takes a chunk of movement off this slow stunty team. That was fantastic, Ian. Smooth moves.
I did enjoy that. I'd forget to use it otherwise.
I did enjoy that. Oh, fantastic. Right, there we go. That's Summer Sorcery in action. Turn 1, Wizards. Oh, what we should have seen is Ben open with a Wizard turn 1, Ian open with a Wizard turn 1, and that'd be it for the rest of the game. Zephyr, baby, in chat. How you doing? You just missed the opening Wizard shot of the game. Okay. Ian now just standing up whoever he can. Tentacles is going to keep him in place. That Beast of Nurgle, strength 5 against strength 3. Tentacles, if he tries to dodge away, it's going to be a tough gig. But he is just going to feed him to the Beast. And now Ian has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unmarked players here with 6 squares of movement. And most importantly, a chainsaw.
This picture's cool, but my players don't half blend in, do they?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Some of them are quite hard to find.
It's like when you play against
easy to disappear.
So when you play against Rich, when he's got his goblin hiding behind the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Cunning plan. You're gonna have to be real careful there, Tripli00. Ben's leverage. Ben's gaining any leverage he can. What have we got going on in the group chat? So Milton has said something in our Discord, which is quite interesting. He said everyone was at first concerned about the fact that another box with humans and orcs, no one's going to pick up it because they've got the teams. 2 new teams in the new Blood Bowl 2020 box. Means that nobody's got those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it feels like, Ben? It feels like when they bring out another season of Pokemon. These are the starters that nobody's got, nobody's seen before. Straight away new.
Yeah.
And it works. Hey.
It don't feel like that.
Hey, Tiffy. You okay? Good.
Yeah, because we're talking about, like, I think we mentioned...
seasons, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I just realised it's my turn.
Oh, it's your turn, Ben. Sorry, I'll stop. It's not your turn.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, it's Ian's turn. It's Ian's turn.
Yeah.
Right, what do we got? We've got a couple of questions here in chat. Zeph says, what are the teams? So we are seeing BloodtitheBen run the Nurgling team from the Stunty League, which is 2 Beasts of Chaos, 2 Beasts of Nurgle, sorry, and a bunch of Nurglings. Some of them have got big hands, some of them have got 2 heads, some of them just smell bad. And in Tripli00 on the right here, in the blue corner, is running Chainsaw Heavy Dark Elves, and the Chainsaw works. The Beast of Chaos is casualtied, badly hurt, but does regenerate. Ooh. But the chainsaw doing a load of work there.
And he's sent off.
No,
Sent off.
to reserves, because argue the call on a 6.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so Ian Tripli00, turn 1, uses a wizard, knocks a bunch of players down, including a beast, and then runs in and chainsaws it off the pitch. But because Nurgle is the life bringer, it brings him back to life. Zephyr Baby says, no, what are the teams in the new box? Okay, we've got Black Orcs, which are 0 to 6. Black Orcs with grab and a new skill called Brawlers. Oh, we got a guy out. We got a knockout here. It's a block, it's a knockout, and it is a assassin. And the second team is going to be the Imperial Nobility team, or Human Nobles, I think is probably what they're going to get called more often than not, which is a human team inspired by Bretonnians. They've got rubbish linemen with fend, they've got some blitzers with a couple of skills, block and catch, and they've got some wrestle guys as well, and of course an ogre. So it's a much superior team. Very exciting. So the amount of teams, we must be nearly 30 now as soon as they release these blooming snotlings, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's still the one I'm hoping for most, I think.
Oh,
I think Nobility are
snotlings.
cool, and I can't wait to paint them, but it's still no Snotling.
Mate, this box is going to be super selly, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to make Indomitus look like, well, Blood Bowl's bigger cousin, probably. But still, we can hope. Right, so it is turn 2 here for Ben and his tiny little Nurgle people. And he goes for a blitz. It's 1 dice. Pow push. Does have dodge on the Shadow Blade. But the Nurgling follows up fearlessly. It looks like we could be setting Ian Tripli00 up here with a bunch of free stabs next round. We've got a message here from Joe Byers. Oh, it's a cheeky foul, and it's a stun, and the referee does not spot it. Zephyr, that's a terrible thing to say. Sorry, Ben, did you not see they changed their minds on the Snotlings and destroyed every box set of the right thing to do? We can all agree. You know, I love the Snotlings, but we've got 2 other cool Blood Bowl teams coming out. I will accept this. We've got Giants. If we've got Giants, then Blood Bowl is more nonsense than it used to be. Snotlings and Giants together was going to be my dream team, but that's okay. That's okay.
How do we like ban people from chat?
Can't ban Zeph. He's one of our oldest viewers and craziest, which I love.
Great to have you on the stream last night as well.
Oh, of course, yeah. Okay,
Thank you, Zeph.
triple pow, turn 2. It's probably a pretty clutch turn here. Ben's progressing the ball with the Nurglings and got a reasonable strength 2 cage there, completely not tagged, and the one guy who's close enough is actually stunned this turn and surrounded by Nurglings and could be in for a jolly good fouling next turn.
This is a fun team to play as, I'll be honest. Like, it's only 2 turns in, but I'm loving having a little Nurgling squad.
Oh. Someone's... oh, we got a stab and it's a stun.
Oh, stab. We should used to stab.
I feel like Ian turned up with the only 2 goals, which was to stab stuff and use a wizard, and he's now done it. So regardless of the match, I think Ian has achieved what he came here to do. I don't know what Ben came here to do.
I don't know. Not even sure why I picked Nurglings.
You know, what's worse than trolls? Yeah, why didn't you go for a troll team, man?
I don't know. I kind of rounded out the Chaos Gods, you know? That did my core tournament, did Slash, here's Nurgle. I do think at some point.
That is fair. Okay, so...
yeah, I wanted to do something as well. Even though trolls, I guess, already count.
It's a blitz. It's on the corner. Is he going to go for a stab or is he going to go for a block? He's got 2 dice versus... and it's 2 dice. No dodge on this guy because it is a Plague Bearer. He's down. Armor holds, though. But now the Ball Carrier is tagged by a dodgy stabber. Arthur is based by Charles. These name generators might need a little bit of work to be a bit more thematic. Arthur versus Charles here.
Alexander Henry, the plague bearer.
We've got Alexander Henry. Oh, we do have a... Oh, no, he just got blocked. And here comes Ezra. Okay, that's a bit more exotic.
Yeah.
Gage, Amir, Ryder. Okay, it just happened that that was a very posh corner of the Blood Bowl pitch. And I absolutely love it. Right, so this is still turn 2 for the blue team. Is it a block? Is it a stab? It could be a 1-die block. No, it goes for the stab. Only a 4.
Not today. Wish goes to the Nurgling armor.
So the power of stab here is that nothing bad happens immediately. You can't have a turnover from a stab. You can't die while stabbing. You can only die by, for example, starting your turn in base contact with a beast of Nurgle. Zephyr says the upper class of Blood Bowl. No, I think that might be the Imperial Nobility team. I imagine there's going to be a lot of Arthurs and Alexandra Henrys on those teams, although maybe German names. I'm just excited to be playing in the old world, and it feels very old world.
It does. Weirdly, the Black Orcs are kind of the upper class of Orcs as well, aren't they?
Kind of, yeah. Dude, those Black Orcs look kind of retro. They kind of look like the 2nd edition. They've got the round helmets and bits. I think I'm more excited for the Black Orc team than I am the Nobles.
Yeah, I'd say I'm still more on the Noble fan, which is weird because normally I love Orcs. But
I was going to say,
yeah.
what a ridiculous situation. Yeah. But look, if this box set comes with an Ogre, comes with a Troll, comes with 2-star players, possibly, it is going to be an absolute bomb of a set. I'm just blown away, really, to be honest with you. I assume we'd have another series with maybe Amazon and Norse, and that would be the new starter set, and the rules might tweak a little bit. But no, we've gone for a reset and a big release. Okay, it's Revitalizing Lifebringers, turn 3. This is BloodtitheBen. Having a crack. Really stupid, successfully made. 2 dice, push back both down. Just pushes the Dark Elf and moves the beast away. Okay, it's a block. It's a blitz. It's 2 dice push and skull. Reroll push. Pow. Does block him, but this guy has got dodge, so he's going to stay on his feet. Zeph says, did I see right? Someone said halflings in Reichland Reavers. Human team can now get 3 halfling hopefuls, and they do not have Loner. So Old World Alliance got nerfed before they even really got on the pitch.
Wait, shadowing. I wondered what the weird lag was.
Oh, shadowing. Nobby Knobs, text, not that you've ever taken yet. Well, I don't know. I think you would. I think you could, for 30k, you can fit a halfling in there. Builds up the bench a little bit, and then, dude, there's always the chance of a throw teammate. Like, humans are a very good team. You can build up a good grind, but for 30k, having an extra player that can run around and foul, or you can throw stuff, I don't think that's a bad purchase for 30k. No stunty rubbish, says Nobby Knobs. I'm just anxious about Norse, and I imagine you are too. Like, I don't mind if they get rid of Norse as long as they keep the Yeti. I don't know if you're allowed to bait people in chat. Right, we got some dodge here. We got some shadowing. The ball carrier has made a decent run away from it. Shadowing again.
What do you do? Don't do this to me.
So some shadowing working there. Shadowing's going to change in 2020 as well. It's going to be a single die roll. Your movement minus their movement, 6+, you shadow them.
Oh my gosh, how many dodges can I make with Edge 2?
You would imagine 50% of the ones you're trying for, Ben, but I think you're just ignoring everything here. Gets one, gets another. And Zon, says Nobby Knobs, absolutely. I actually wouldn't mind if Zons went away.
This is a lot of
I have players to choose. Which player would you choose to shadow?
Oh, fails the dodge.
I hate this game.
Fails the dodge and get shadow.
Nobby Knobs says, imagine Ruby's reaction. I know, it would be brutal. And that's it. And this is what we were saying earlier, is that no matter if they drop any teams at all, there will be hundreds of people upset, which is really sad, which is why I'm hoping that 2 teams per page can get everything in kind of legacy teams wise, or maybe just a PDF, maybe just something just to keep that alive until they replace them one way or another. Okay, 2 die block here, both down skull, takes a reroll into a POW and drops the little halfling, the little snot-shaped halfling. The Nurgling goes down. His armor is good, though. What that does do is it leaves the Shadow Blade on the Ball Carrier.
Just for stats case as well, that was 9 successful 4+ dodges in a row. Failed on the 10th.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Dayan Paskilev says, do you think Brett's just got reworked and made official, or they just got killed? No, I think Games Workshop were probably in it. We got a 3-die block here. We got a triple pow. It's a skull pushback, 1 pow. That's all he needs. Ball carrier goes down. Ball is loose, and it's Edge 4 time here, guys. Do we think Brett's got reworked? Yeah, I think they took a list. They took the bits of the list that I think people liked, which was having your mid-blocker wrestle guys, your cheap fend guys, and your block catch fancy guys. They chuck it together with an Imperial covering, added an Ogre to really solidify it in Blood Bowl land. I don't know. I mean, it's not the Bretonnian list of old, but there's enough feathers and fancy colours. So, might be able to get away with it. Linton Ford says, still want Chaos Dwarves, High Elves I've seen are in the rulebook. So few. Oh, that's brilliant. Ben, you'll be happy to hear that the High Elves looking like they're still in there.
Oh, that's good. You love me, our High Elf team.
And you're going to love this one too. Zeph says, imagine if they're keeping a Khorne team secretly. What do we get here? We got a 2-die block, skull both down. Has to take the both down. Look, Ian Tripli00 had a big turn there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Ben's players on the ground here. One of the beasts is off, only into reserves, and the Dark Elves have stolen the ball. It's turn 4 for Revitalizing Lightbringers. It's wizard time. He turns him into a frog.
I just wanted to. I just wanted the frog.
Okay, so
I'm not saying it, Ben, but I didn't like it.
That is amazing. The chat is screaming, "Blitz the frog!"
Oh, that is the plan.
Oh wow. Milton Smith in chat. Wow, can't wait to play more stall games. Fend versus Grab. Hey, that's probably why they've put both those teams in the bulk set. That's interesting, actually. I hadn't considered that until now. They got some stand firm on the Imperial mid guys, the Imperial blockers as well. Nobby Nob says auto injury if you get it down. Edge 4 there. I think we might have lost Bloodtithe.
No, I'm in. I'm just contemplating.
He's in the tank.
He's thinking.
He's in the think tank.
It's because I don't really have many good players to actually do it with.
Right, I got a message here from Joe. It says, there's been a lot of theory crafting on the contents page. I agree it could easily be 2 teams per page, but it really projects perfectly with the BB16 releases. And the 1 team per page, except for 1 slot, Kislev maybe, worth considering. Don't know if you fancy talking about it. That's very, very interesting. Index of BB 2020 has pages 108 to 128 for team lists. So the projection is there's 20. Black Orcs, Chaos Chosen. The teams that are possibly not being there. Amazons, Chaos Dwarf, High Elf, Khemri, Necro, Norse and Vampires are the teams that are missing. Could be vulnerable here. Oh, it's exciting. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. That is... Ooh, this is the most contentious part now. What do we got here? Oh wait, can't stall anymore. Got to run my Black Orc down the pitch at speed 4 with agility 4+. You'll be fine. Linton, I like the idea of new rules with the required dice rolls. It is going to make it easier for new players. The only thing I'm worried about is getting the stat ups. It's gonna, your players aren't going to be as mighty. We got a stab here and does not regenerate. It's a serious injury. He got stabbed in the groin and he is out for the rest of the game there. In triple pow gets the first permanent casualty, and it's a blitz, and it's another double pow here. Alexander Henry goes down, but his armor is good. Basically, the Dark Elf team, ooh, creating a stretch play opportunity, putting a Dark Elf in the backfield. Nobby Nob says, Norse, Zons, and guess what my third choice is? I'm assuming. Okay. Kislev. Oh, Kemri. Oh, brutal. Linton says, rather than working out in a chart makes it easier for newbies and making positions more situational rather than any man doing everything. Yes, Linton, I agree. It creates a lot of design space as well, where some just you get to flex the players. It's going to be interesting. Kemri, Norse, and Zons are all teams that I think. I wonder if we'll just see them come back in a different guise. I do wonder that, because they've all got kind of analogues. You know, there's human teams. There's undead. Well, there's an undead team. It would just be a shame. Oh, yes. The frog is off. He is badly hurt automatically because he has been zapped.
Whoops.
And fails on a dodge.
Assassin.
The dodgy assassin.
Sounds
Ian.
like a good time to come in.
Ian.
Ian Warhanam Hannam in the chat. How you doing, buddy? You okay?
I'm great, thanks. You?
Yeah, not bad. We've just had a ridiculous 5 turns of Blood Bowl here.
So I'm guessing someone zapped a guy into a frog and they've just been injured.
I just killed it with a Nurgling, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
It is just silly. But
then tripped up while dodging as well, because Edge 2 is a thing.
Brilliant.
Let's drop. I'm just going to share the fumble screen into the chat, just in case you need to keep up, Ian.
After the opening kick-off wizard knocking a beast off the board.
Yeah. Turn 1, Ian Tripli00, fireballs, drops a bunch of guys, runs in with a chainsaw, takes out Beast of Nurgle, who does regenerate. It's going to be... And we had a turnover. The Dark Elves recovered the ball. Then Ben wizarded the ball carrier, turned him into a frog, then mutilated the frog, and now he's got a Nurgling on the ball, and it's triple pow. It's a Dark Elf turn 5. Nobby Knobs, yes, kill that frog. Chat are loving the frogicide here. Frog, I don't know what. Amphibicide, Ian? You know? What do you reckon?
Let's go for that. Yeah,
I like it. The Bretonians will be pleased. Milton Smith, Cetra will be furious. I don't mind if they come back in a different flavour with some upgrades. I think that's where Games Workshop are taking this, you know, and we all did talk about this with regards to the amount of third-party teams. We've got a Blitz here. Is it going to be a stab or is it going to be 2 dice block? It's a 2 die block. Push back, pow push. This guy does have dodge, so he's going to stay on his feet, but that does free up that ball. No, Trips just puts the guy in there. That's 2 tackle zones on the ball. So, Ian, if we said to you, you get one team, Imperial Nobility or the Black Orc team, what are you favouring right now?
I think Imperial Nobility, actually.
Really?
Which is slightly out of character for me. But I think, in terms of just interest, they add more.
What you mean to the gameplay?
Yeah. I mean, Black Orcs, you got Black Orcs, and you've got some slightly interesting goblins and a troll, who we all know.
Oh, Ian Tripli00 swoops in, grabs the ball, and fails a handoff. Luckily, it's ended up in an accidental cage of Dark Elves. Yeah, see, Bloodtithe said nobility as well. I love the Black Orcs.
They're fantastic models, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they'll... I heard it said earlier, aren't they just rubbish lizardmen?
They're rubbish lizardmen or greenskin underworld. I feel like there's a bit of both.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what people can do with them.
We got Zephyr and Dan in chat both saying orcs. Orcs. I'm very much looking forward to the orcs. But one thing we also talked about, Ian, is the fact that the orcs have grab and the human linemen have fend, which I think are 2 skills that cancel each other out.
Okay.
I think, I'm not sure. Is that fend or is that... Fend definitely stops frenzy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's interesting. So, what's your takes from today? And we've had a busy Blood Bowl week, and today 2 teams and the humans revealed. What's your favourite bit of news?
Well, as a human and halfling fan, the big news to me was getting halflings on the human team, and it's something I've wanted for a long time, actually.
We have talked about it for ages, haven't we?
I just think it adds that extra value to the ogre.
Ooh, foul appearance, saving him there. He's thinking about the reroll. He's not thinking about the reroll. However, that would have freed up the tackle zone on there. But yes, Ian, you're right. I think the only thing we're waiting for now is for big guys to be able to swat throwing people out of the air, failing another stab there. But maybe that's a bit too much to ask for.
I'm still waiting for them to be able to throw members of the opposite team.
Oh, gets a murder, death, kill there. 2 dice
7 more.
into the crowd here. Ben's like, I've got 7 more people.
Yeah.
So is this fumble determined to prove that the new edition won't be bloodier?
I think that might just
stay with us.
These guys working in tandem for a perfect kill situation. Zeph in chat says, I'm hoping, and maybe this is wishful thinking, but I'm hoping Games Workshop will provide models that you want and don't get enough in team boxes, like the ability to buy extra Dark Elf Blitzers or an extra War Dancer, something in those lines. I think because of the way they do the sprues, it's not going to be the case. What is going on here? So these Dark Elves have come with knives. Was it Disturbing Presence doing the difference there? It was.
You rolled a 3, it would have been a 3 to 2 actually without Disturbing Presence.
Oh, that is a big thing there. And Tripli00 having to use a team reroll, fumbling the ball. Big drop there.
Dark Elves that can't throw the ball. And dodge. This is ridiculous. I'm just going to bash you, Ben.
There you go. Putting the blood in Blood Bowl there, guys.
Well, I mean, on that last point there, you know, you were talking about the extra players. I could see that happening for the halflings, like the Goblin booster that we saw.
Oh, definitely. Now they're included in OWA and in humans.
Yeah, so I think that's possible.
Yeah, that would work. I think that would work a treat. Or you just pick up a box and spread it out between the... Dian in chat says, I always wanted flings in humans teams like goblins in orc teams, but now feel like OWA is even more pointless. Oh, guys, we've got a picture here of the nobility team and the human team, but someone has repeatedly screamed enhance at their computer until words have formulated. So it is indeed running pass on the Imperial thrower.
Okay. So maybe you can pass and then continue to move.
Yeah.
So it's not at the end of an action. Sort of.
Yeah, that was a skill that was spoiled on Sunday, and that's exactly what it does, Ian. So that's good work.
I feel it's intuitive then. That's good.
That's a good test, isn't it? Right. So the retainer linemen are 0 to 12, and they do have armor 7 or armor 8+ now. What just happened there, guys?
Ben is elfing it.
Ben is elfing it. Show it right.
There seems to be a massive hole in that pitch at the moment.
That was the opening wizard shot. Yeah, there's a big hole and a little hole, and the little hole was where the frog now lies.
Very. He croaked it.
Hey, there it is.
Right, if I can stop you riveting on just for 1 second. The human throwers are now 80k, so they've gone up 10k. And they are exactly the same stats. They're exactly the same stats.
The Skaven, was it?
They're 5k cheaper than Skaven for 1 less movement, 1 more armor.
Okay.
That's probably fair, actually.
I feel that's very fair, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Human catches 65k, so gone up 5k in?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Ian doing his best impression of the foul appearance noise there. 65k, 8, 2, 3+, 5+, 8+, catch, dodge. So, one thing to notice, human linemen have lost passing access even on a double. So that's probably not going to come into it at all. Human blitzers have gone down 5k to 85, 7, 3, 3+, 4+, 9+ block. And then you've got the halfling hopefuls that don't come with loner, so absolutely getting 1 over on OWA.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, that is tough. And the ogre just doing ogre things. So I'm glad to see that humans are still there.
Blitzers passing on a 3+.
Blitzers passing on a 4+.
A 4+, sorry.
But we think catching on a 3+. Okay, just a quick one for the game here. Ian Tripli00 double pows, takes out the ball, and fails another bit of ball handling here. This is turn 8 now, and nobody can score.
Faces. Yeah.
Nobody can score. So a really quick first half, And so Trips has done a great job defending here, taking out some players, but Ben is just going to get to rack him straight up and defend here. I feel
like I've been defending on the basis that I've had the ball for most of the half. I just can't do anything with it.
All that means is that this Nurgle team can put together a good defense even when they're not favoured. So this should be a good second half as well, but there's still a turn to go.
So what's the makeup of your team then, Bloodtithe? Because you seem to have all Nurglings.
Yeah, so there's Plague Bearers as well, and 2 Beasts. And
I'm just trying to see the
Plague Bearers and
they look very similar, don't they? Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. There's also Putrefiers, which are like big hand, sure hands guys.
Yeah, the big hand, sure hand guys.
The elves of the team.
Sweet. They're just picking it up, ignoring all those tackle zones. Big fan of that.
Just did a minute ago. Yeah.
Just being able to grab that ball wherever.
Few iterations of this team, isn't there?
Yeah. This isn't the dirty guard one that
okay. That's what I was expecting to see.
I know. I thought it was going to deliver justice here. We've got a 2-9 blitz here. Pushback. Clears. 1 Dark Elf off the ball. It's all right, Ben. You've still got the rest of your turn. So looks like Ben's just putting tackle zones on the ball now.
Or misclicking. Let's go for that. Oh, there we go.
There's your reroll. There's your reroll. Saved it there. So 0 to 12 linemen for the human team. Baffling. Sorry, for the Imperial Nobility team. I wonder if that's because they're cheap at 45k to stop star player spam at tournaments.
Yeah, what's their skill access as well?
General and then agility and strength on a double.
Okay, so if you were quite wily, I suppose you could bulk out the team with them.
Yeah.
And they've got really good access there, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting here that we've gone from normal to doubles to primary and secondary. So I wonder if the way you get skills is going to change. I don't think it is, but...
well, it sounded quite interesting. There was a bit of talk about spending SPVs. Now, I know, obviously...
Yeah. We haven't
because we don't really talk about it like that at the moment, do we? We're kind of talking about levelling up.
Did somebody say that there's a thing in Necromunda where when you buy gangers to your team, you can buy them with skills? Because I think that part of the rumour was talked about in that way. You know what? The more I look at the Barons, the more I really like them.
They're great models, really cool.
Yeah, they are really cool. I like the paint scheme as well. Man, that's cool. It's funny, I consider the human team a really good looking team, but when you look at the humans against the Barons,
I know.
Dude, they just leveled up that sculpt. Like, they just went to town here on these models.
Yeah.
Zeph says, are they using SPP like command points in 40k? We don't know. We haven't seen stuff like that. I wish it would be a shame if they did, because actually the way the league system works in Blood Bowl, with the exception of the income system, which has always baffled me. Just roll a d6 and that'll be fine. It's never sat overly well with me, but that's the only thing I'd change about it. And maybe the SPP limits that I think Ben and we talked about the other night, didn't we? I say drop them down to 5s, Ian. 5, 15, 30, rather than that extra 1 point.
Yeah.
I'd leave it at 6, because otherwise you're MVPing a player straight into a skill up at the end of the first game.
Well, that's my point. I think that's a great start, and I think it just gets that excitement of building up your building up the players.
Yeah, but it also means they can do nothing all game and level up.
Yeah, I know. You got to go for the glory pass.
Yeah, I feel like you need to give it to someone who deserved it.
Or at least someone earned this.
From someone then stand in the corner.
If they did, that would work out rerolls within a match instead of purchasing them. Oh, I see.
Okay.
But you can still buy rerolls, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like the idea that, and that's quite cool.
That is quite cool, but
Makes
I guess
it a bit more flexible, like
inducements.
Points.
Yeah, but you kind of do that with inducements and mercenaries at the moment. Kind of. It's not quite the same.
Yeah, only one player gets them, though, don't they?
Right, I'm really sorry, guys, but the Black Orc team is just so much cooler. Ian, Ben, surely you guys are like looking at this thinking this is pure 40k fodder.
We're both Orc fans and both
AOS.
prefer the Imperial. Like,
And
and in
AOS.
terms of models, yeah, I will definitely maybe pick some up for my Iron Jaws to use as Ard Boys because they look really cool.
Oh, they would be sweet in that.
But yeah, I think in terms of offering something a bit different for Blood Bowl, the nobility, because you know I haven't really come from a place of playing Bretonnians or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think Fenn's going to be an interesting challenge. I think having the 0-4 bodyguards with stand firm and wrestle, it seems to be quite a defensive team. Scott pass.
It is alright.
Ooh, their thrower is only passing on a 3+.
Touchback, isn't it?
Right,
Okay, so their thrower isn't as good.
their thrower isn't as good. So Skaven, but then again, he is 5k cheaper. It's interesting. It's really interesting. There's the variability in the design space that I think you mentioned the other night as well, Ian.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it's turn 2 of the second half because of a riot. The Dark Elf team are receiving. There was a touchback, and Ithaca Benowin has got the ball. So it's going to go over to triple power now for turn 2, which is the first active turn of the second half. Ithaca Benowin starts his move. And are we going to see a move up? And just hold and just create a pocket? Yes, I think we are. So Zephyr in chat says the question is, will it be a day 1 box set pickup or just the rulebook? Oh, dude, I'm getting like 2 boxes. I don't even know why. It looks like the nobility aren't going to come with all the players, which is a bit of a burn. In the bodyguards, there's 0-4, and it doesn't look like there's 4 bodyguards.
Are they going to do what they did with the 2016 version?
Well, the Black Orc team though looks like it's going to be coming with 6 Black Orcs and 6 Goblins and a Troll.
Yes, yeah.
So that is pretty tough.
Not all teams are equal, are they? In terms of that,
certainly
there's
in terms of
winners or losers.
in terms of positionals, you know, absolutely. I think the only way they could have got around that is by having multi-part, so having maybe just a spare set of arms for your lineman with just bigger pauldrons on or a different head or something.
Heads,
yeah, it would have been an interesting way to do it.
Or massive feathers.
Extra feathers. Or shields, which I know a lot of the Bretonnian teams have done. We've got a stab on the go here. It's a 3, it's a no-go, and that was the blitz for the turn. Dan says 80% Brett's fend plus stand firm wall. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It will be hard to deal with. I am excited for the challenge, which I think is what Warhannon was saying there, is that as far as introducing a new angle and a new team, it definitely does that. Zep says, I can see Ben camping outside his local games workshop to be first in line. Oh, I'm going to be camping on the inside of Entoyment. Waiting for their stock delivery. We need to find the release date so I can inform work that I won't be there.
For the next few days.
I just hope it's not too late into December. It's my job. Yeah. Actually, my job doesn't get busy in December. Everybody else's does, and I have to help. Which is okay. Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that, then.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm thinking probably just start off with the rulebook, because I kind of want to digest like what's changed, and then kind of get excited about teams afterwards. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense, Ian. What? get those Imperial nobility.
If you don't want, you know, a load of cool models, then to be fair, if you're happy with your teams, then yeah, the book is going to be enough. And I think there's enough rule changes that getting the book is kind of an important thing.
I think you. Although I'll be interested if they release like they have done with 40k, like a short rules version.
Maybe. I don't know if they will. You know, I think that would be too useful.
Yes. Yeah.
I think
unorganised,
and it's probably too easy to pirate, because 2016 landed and no one had the rulebook because we all had the CRP, and it took them 3 years to produce a rulebook, and that went terribly badly. So, and even now the coach's handbook PDF is just not up to date with the changes for lizards and ogres, I think. So it's tough. Milo. Milo says, will we see the first ever balanced starter set? You never know. You never know. It depends how good these two teams are. They're both ranked as tier 2, so could be. Back to the game real quick. It's turn 2 here for our red team for BloodtitheBen. With the Nurgling team, the Dark Elves have moved up. They've got a reasonable cage. He's gone for a block. Powed down with the Beast of Nurgle going for the dodge in there and fails. Fails the dodge reroll with a 22. Goes down, armor holds, and it's now triple pow. Turn 3 again. Poopy Scoop 666 says, will we see the first ever balanced starter set? It's interesting. Zeph says, I'm thinking just a rulebook and then having a look through. Go from there. I wouldn't bother if they did
I'm on that page.
So I wouldn't bother if they did a short cut down rules version. I think the first Blood Bowl Almanac was lovely. You know, it was a good price. It was a good size. It had loads of cool stuff in. I think this rulebook is going to be kind of like that, Ian.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm imagining it'll be like, a bit like a core book sort of thing.
Get another pow here, and he is gone. That's a casualty, but regenerate keeps him in.
Really interested though on the future of spikes, for example. So when they do come to do new teams,
will they be landed with spike magazines?
I'm guessing. I think they probably will.
I like the spikes. I know that they're not great value page per pound, but
no, but it doesn't. It feels like a small extra for your team, doesn't it?
The way I look at it is that, yeah, I mean, a spike is cheaper than 2 White Dwarfs. So it's kind of like I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Invalidating the rules is a tough gig, but it's a game. It's you know, it's better than Magic, Ian. We've been there. Once you've suffered 1 or 2 rotations, you soon lose interest.
We got thrown off that treadmill.
Yeah. that was brutal. Dayon says, still no leaks for the teams not released yet. Norse, Necro, Amazons, Vampires. What do you make of this? Could they completely rework or drop them? Guys, we've got 3 of you here with me. What do you think is going to happen to the missing teams?
I think maybe I hope they'll have a little bit of like their own pages in the book. I think they will address them soon. It seems like they haven't forgotten the old world exists, because this Imperial nobility is very old world.
No, the old world classics is a whole...
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. An old world alliance.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't seem like just because they're kind of more niche old world factions they'll be forgotten.
Well, they're Illustria. Amazons Illustria, aren't they?
They are, but
just to be pedantic.
Only Blood Bowl. Only in the Blood Bowl one. I don't think there was really very many Amazons in.
Yeah, they're mentioned in Warhammer.
Yeah, but
they do exist, but
not very many of
vaguely.
Them. That's the point. There's not like, go for a foul here. Doesn't get the armor.
Is Norse also technically Norska? Is that like a different thing, or I don't know much?
The Norse come from Norska, but Norska isn't the Northern Wastes. So the Norse are civilized. Not really Chaos worshippers, but just a little bit north. They're the Norse that worship Chaos. It's very easy to, it's appropriate. What have we got here? Linton says, jumping headfirst and getting all of it, hoping my wife won't mind. Hey, if it lands in time for Christmas, everybody's a winner. Zeph says, Spike Magazine is like the Blood Bowl equivalent to a chapter approved in 40k. Yeah, but it's all you need.
It's almost like an army book more.
It is.
In some ways.
And I think I really like that, because if someone is joining, I'm going to pick up the Wood Elf team and I'm going to pick up the Wood Elf Spike and you're good to go,
Yeah, so on that point about the older teams, which because we haven't seen pictures of them, part of me's wondering if they want to keep the book to, all stuff you can buy. And that's quite a Games Workshop thing. What they might do is like they did at the launch of 2016 and do the kind of Teams of Legends PDF. So they might give some get you buy rules for those older teams, or sorry, not older teams, but not released teams.
Yeah.
And then sort of update them as they go via spikes.
Oh my goodness, we're talking Ravening Hordes from Warhammer 6th edition now,
exactly,
Ian.
yeah. But that's kind of what the Teams of Legend was anyway, wasn't it?
You're exactly right. I hope that's the case.
I think they might do that.
Because they don't lose anything by including those rules.
No, but especially when they've done a load of made-to-orders for some of these teams as well.
That's
It does
exactly
feel a
it.
little bit cheap.
So they've done made to orders for Chaos Dwarves, so I think they'll keep them. I don't know what else they did to make to order for. There was there vampires? Did they do a?
I feel like they have done vampires.
They didn't. I don't think they did Tomb Kings though.
No.
I don't think they did High Elves. It's going to be interesting to see, but yeah, I think they don't. Oh, we've got another crowd push here. It's a KO. So the Dark Elves dominating on the right-hand side of the pitch. The ball carrier though. Oh no, both those beasts are on the ground because one of them went for a go for it there and failed the loner reroll last turn. Zhao Yun in chat. Hey guys, loving the homage to 2nd edition in the 2020 box art. Always preferred 2nd edition sporty aesthetic to 3rd edition's Warhammer style. Interesting. I love that. I love the colours. I love the layout style. And I do like the kind of comic booky art. I think it suits Blood Bowl really well. But then they've dropped probably the most Warhammer Fantasy Battle looking team imaginable with the Reichland looking guys, the Altdorf boys. It's really interesting. They've kind of hit both notes on the head. The Orcs have got the round helmets, they've got the Fanath style sports
and they've got the iron gobs.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got just pure Warhammer. I think they've smashed it. I think they've really smashed it with these models.
We were saying earlier how much we love the
layout,
the page design.
Yeah. All of it, the colours, the art, it's just beautifully done. And for that regard, I think the rulebook is going to be a great pickup. It's a strange dichotomy, it really is. But I think it does a great job of showing off both elements of Blood Bowl because it is a fantasy sports role-playing game. You know, I liken it when people...
based in a Warhammer world.
Yeah, it's both. You've got sports and you've got Warhammer. And it puts them together really well. And this box set, having both those angles, is really hitting the nail on the head. Another failed stab here from Tripli00. I don't feel like these stabs are doing too good. And a foul. It's a stun. And the ref does not notice. Gets away with it there. So Tripli00 just piling on the pain here for the Nurglings and supports the ball carrier there by hemming in this one little Plague Bearer. And the Plague Bearer does not have dodge, so that's going to be doesn't have dodge, doesn't have stunty. This guy does though.
Got an ability on your
mind. Like going back to our discussion about assassins and how annoyingly crap stab can be.
Yeah, I love stab, but sometimes it just does not work. There's a 44% chance of it not working. Oh no, there's a 56% chance of it not working against Armour 7. And I feel like you're way below that, Ian. Luckily for
but Shadowing
Ben,
is making up for it.
Shadowing has been doing some great work. So this is BloodtitheBen's turn 4. Nurglings just spreading out here. Takes a dodge, gets the 6, gets it away, and it's time for Shadowing. And Zhao Yun in chat agreed they stuck a nice balance. Hats off to Games Workshop. Josh De Silva, hey, how you doing, Josh? You okay? Hi guys, do you think Games Workshop will release new updated booster models for old 2016 teams, or do you think they might sell brand new updated teams? Ooh, that's a good question. Guys, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't think they'll necessarily go back and touch the old teams. I think they'll be too busy forging ahead with the new stuff, to be honest. I know they've done like some Forge World bundles before. So they might do that, but I don't think they'll do a rebox or anything like that.
I think we're probably safe with the positions. Well, I say that, but then they did that to Underworld, didn't they? They did change the positional limits in Underworld. So it is entirely possible that some of the other teams will have adjusted positionals. But so far we've seen Goblins, we've seen Humans, we've seen Skaven, we've seen Halflings, and we've seen Undead, and they've all got exactly the same positionals. There's just been some tweaking of stats, primarily with the introduction of the new one and the changing of some skills, but nothing too much. So I think the old school teams are going to stay old school, and Ian's probably right. They might just spend more time creating new teams. And yeah, okay, we will have to... Oh, it's a Fractured Skull, and it is a genuine, honest block there. And Ryder is out.
Oh no, William will be devastated. It's his favourite Paw Patrol character.
Oh, I should have made this team and called it the Moor Patrol. Anthony in chat says that's why you take multiple block with stab. That way you can prove it never works twice in a turn. I like that.
True.
I actually do quite like Frenzy with stab, and I learned that doing the Dark Elf exploration. Because you can go for a cheeky stab and then or a cheeky block, you get Frenzy then, so you can try a block for the SPP, and if it doesn't work, you still get an opportunity to 2d6 to kill them. I like that. That worked quite nicely. Dane says, if you were NAF, what do you do with Slan, Khorne and Bretonnian teams? The new humans are kind of Bretts, but the others have no PA stat before the new rules land. What would you guys do in this situation? Let's say they're not included. What do we do?
I saw on the community, like, while I was stepping over the mines, I think I saw a comment by one of the people who worked on these teams. I think he said he wrote Slan and helped on Khorne or something like that.
Yep.
And he basically gave his suggestion for, like, what he would add and, like, his reasons why. So I think if I was the NAF, I'd, like, reach out to the people who did them originally and said, like, when you guys design them, what do you have in mind? I think that's probably a pretty good way.
Yeah, I think what could be tricky though is, you know, those teams have been through a lot of testing to sort of become that kind of accepted, kind of fair teams, haven't they? So I wonder if they're almost going to have a little break or something from, you know, if they did implement some kind of holding rules for them.
It is going to be really, really tough, and they won't know. They won't know where anything stands until that team list comes out from Games Workshop in the rulebook. Until we know which teams are in there, we don't know what is going to happen. And I think what they've NAF said already has been brilliant, which is we're going to pause our annual review, we're going to wait and see what happens. And I think whatever they do, they're going to upset a load of people. But I actually do trust the NAF at the moment to make the right decision to allow coaches to play the game they want to play and to just be that supporting entity. I think that's probably where the NAF is headed. Okay, Anthony in chat says, I'm in the NAF, and let me tell you, there are no easy decisions, but don't forget to speak to your local reps to share your input. That is a very good point. Our local rep is Al, and he's a great guy. Yeah, it's going to be really, 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 really interesting to see just the future of Blood Bowl, because, you know, just check the Blood Bowl community. There is a lot of disparate opinions, violent and disparate opinions. Nobby Knobs says, Al is my nemesis.
Great guy.
Yeah. Explain.
Yeah, I feel like we need something on this.
That is amazing.
I'm hoping it's on the pitch rather than off the pitch.
Yeah.
Interesting. I met
Ollie
and Al at the same tournament at Beachhead, because Nobby was playing with Norse, and Al came along as the NAF representative to sign up people. And yeah, it's really fun to see some of the old guard of the NAF and all the rivalries. It's been great fun. I'm in one of the Blood Bowl WhatsApp groups, and Ben Davey, who was our Bonehead Bowl champion, he and Al have some brilliant banter. And we got a touchdown here for the Dark Elves. Triple Pow goes up on his turn 6. So this is going to leave 3 turns for the Nurglings to equalise.
That's plenty. That is plenty.
Yeah.
Movement 5. Got this.
We've got a great unclean one still. Or is it a beast in this team?
It's a
It
beast.
is.
I wish it was a great
Yeah, no throw teammate on this one.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame. I was going to say, you've always got that in your pocket, but you haven't.
Nobby says, he has caused me to have to take a 10-minute break while I throw a sulk about all my blodgers all dying in the first turn. Multiple times in different tournaments. That's amazing.
Wow.
It's great to have a nemesis. Ian has 2 nemesis, I think. Nemesis.
Yeah.
Nemesis. I think Craig is probably your nemesis, Ian, from a local point of view. In any multiplayer game, Ian and Craig just team up.
We find a way
to destroy each other and let everybody else win. And Ian's IRL tournament nemesis is none other than Terrible Terry, the AOS Nurgle Pro.
He smacked me on TV, and you know,
Yeah.
I'm still not recovered.
Ian loves playing on stream. Nobby says, I've beaten him once and he used Snotlings. Just Snotlings. No ogres. A 1-0 win. With Wood Elves. With Wood Elves, 2 dancers and Jordell. My goodness me.
Oh, blimey no.
Is Al some kind of magician? That is incredible. I mean, to be fair, Snotling teams are much harder than you would imagine because that sidestep and dodge just... Yeah, I ran some on stream and did really well. They are... that's why I'm so excited for the Snotling team, is because I think I think it's going to be frustratingly good. I mean, halflings can be good, ogres can be good, and you know, goblins can be good, but an all Snotling team is just it's like when you go to... It's like the movie Battleship. The bar is so low that even mediocrity makes it great. You know?
Even Rihanna can't ruin it.
Oh, no way.
Oh, it's a blitz. It's a blitz with a super deep kick and a blitz here. Triple powering Ben's soul into oblivion.
I'm learning that this Nurgling team is absolute trash. None of these players are any good.
Hey, that's not true. The big hand guy's great.
The Beast of Nurgle's great if you don't do anything with him.
However, the Dark Elf team is proving pretty good. Oh, Zephyr in chat. Battleship, AAA movie, I tell you. It's honestly one of my dad's favourite films because he was just expecting it to be so bad. And it was just medium bad, which is just great. It's just great. It's the equivalent to getting a dodgy burger from Paintball and it tasting like a Burger King. It's just...
Yeah,
it's a very accurate analogy.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. You know, where you go to one of these places and you get a meat burger and you see the boxes in the background. We've done this, Ian. That was when we went paintballing for Craig's Stag Do. There was just boxes of meat burgers, and it was remarkably good.
Lucky dip.
Lucky dip. Yeah, I'm not sure what was in it, but you know, it tasted okay.
Sounds like something out of like 2000 AD or something.
Dude,
you know?
Soylent green burgers. This is the corpse grinders from Necromunda, just in paintball.
Yeah.
That was McMurty's.
McMurty's. -1 movement all round. Okay, so turn... oh no, it's not even turn 6. This is turn blitz. And Dark Elves just swooping in. Here's the kick, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. We all know it.
Yep, there it is.
There it goes.
Oh, wow.
But can you pick it up?
Right, okay. Oh my goodness me, really stupid. Justin Timberlake, the Beast of Nurgle, fails. Okay, Ben's got some crazy stuff to do here. He's going for a pass. He's opening with it. Oh, no. Fumbles the pass. This is awful. Yep, Zephyr, he's got it there. Not beef burgers, but meat burgers. What meat? Best not to know. Absolutely. Right, so that could have been an absolutely heroic stretch play here from Ben, but
you've got to take them. You've got to take them.
Ben, you've had a lot of luck. You've had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, this hasn't been the golden opportunity that I thought running Nurglings would have been.
This team seems a challenge.
Yeah, we've got three more games in this tournament.
Yep, 3 more games.
Honestly, I reckon game 3 is going to be a 5-0 win.
I'll just turn on.
Yeah, well then.
I suggest you just roll better, to be honest.
Yeah, that's actually...
that is always a really good solid strategy.
Just gotta go for this turn.
Oh, it's a KO. Okay, so on the charts at the moment, the Kernos, the Liberus are both at the bottom. We've got some Squig Herders. We've got a Squig team. We've got some Squig Herders, and we got Chaos Halflings. Pleased to see that. We've got Goblin Cheaters.
Is that Thick Legs running the Squigs again?
No. I don't know who this guy or person is. This is Qnang. Squig Sight Surprise. I remember them from Discord. I can't remember which guys. We've got a Halfling team. And we've got all Skink team who is actually winning. I mean, Skinks did brilliantly in Lockdown Bowl. So we've got Halflings, we've got Goblin Cheaters, we've got Chaos Halflings, Nurglings, Squig Herders, and probably Liberas. So that's another 6 teams there, Ben, that are stunty level.
That's all right. I don't know. These guys might. I wonder how they match up in the stunty league actually, because that's where they're from.
That is where they're from, yeah.
They have like the. I think they've got a lot of disturbing presence, which wouldn't do a lot unless does that affect 3 teammate?
Yeah, it's a pass.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that could actually be quite big.
And the beasts are not bad in a kaiju standoff, which the stunty league often is.
Well, and he can tentacle so many players.
Yeah, that's true. He did that a couple of times earlier.
Oh, Ian goes for it. Goes for the dodge into the tackle zone. Stacks it onto the ball. And the ball nearly goes off the pitch. So, Ben here going for a 2-dive blitz. Gets it. Just a push. Clears the Shadow Blade off the ball. Gets the ball here. It's turn 7. And goes for the pass.
Oh, yeah, he cleared it.
He just doesn't even lobs it and it just goes way off.
Ian, you were a teacher for a while. What do you do when a kid tries really, really hard? It just fails. Is this sticker level territory now?
Yeah. I think it's. Let's try a different subject.
Let's try a different team. No, this is great. Not for Ben, but I love. This is the thing. You get stunty teams like this, and you can attempt this nonsense. And you know what? If that had been pulled off, it would have been absolutely filthy.
Oh yeah. Just living for that 1 time out of 10.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to remember this game. Or not going to remember. I will remember this game, but I won't remember all the bad things. But you do remember that one good thing.
Oh, the frog.
Exactly. Yeah.
The frog was awesome. Oh, I think Ian's about to try something very elfy here.
Oh, this would be worth it.
Oh, goes for the blitz. Clears him off, and I think he's trying to free up this assassin. He is, and it's a pass action. This is going to be a heck of a stretch play. Gets the ball. Is he going to take a go for it? Ian's gone quiet, guys, so we know he's serious. It's the first go for it. He gets it. He's counting out the squares.
Disturbing presence, Ian.
Oh, he gets the second go for it. Gets the pass, and he gets it. Can you believe it? Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. On the plus side, everybody is exhausted from heat exhaustion. Ithaca is out. Just a bunch of players out there. There you go. The first half, Ian, I didn't think the Dark Elves were elves at all. I thought the Nurglings were the elf team here. He turned it around, but look at that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the line. 3 out with exhaustion. I can see where this is going.
We've got let Ben see if he can do something.
Now, I think Ben might be setting up for a riot here.
Nah, I'm not that good. You saw me playing the previous turns.
Nah, he's just going for it. Okay, it's going to be a murder fest from the Nurgle here. Brilliant coaching, and Ben gets an extra reroll to make the most of this stand-up fight. And another superb kick from the Dark Elves. It's a first block. It's skull both down. He's got block, this guy, right? He's got block. He's got block, Ben. It's fine. This guy doesn't need it. Power push. He's got dodge. Drops him back. And it's a 2-die up block there. I don't know if that can be recommended. Okay, Dan is talking to Anthony in chat. He says, I'm a TO and I've spoken to ours already, NAF representative. My opinion is the NAF should be brave and rework the teams Maybe with the designers and have them allowed in the new edition. Bretts and Khorne were added after members voted to be dropped. Another vote should be held. In Slan's case, they were always considered official since the CRP times. I really like the Slan team. I would really like to see Games Workshop bring Slan back. I think it would be such a huge homage to old school Blood Bowl.
I mean, what I'd be interested with is, because you've got the human nobility, which, you know, arguably you could say supersede Bretonnia.
It's filled the slot, the Bretonnia slot. Yeah, the Fend.
So, I mean, if they do the same with Kislev, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a happy medium in a way, because you could still use your
use the Slan guys
as those players.
As Kislev. You're exactly right, Ian. And in fact, someone on Twitter's painting up a really lovely Slan team at the moment and started talking about what other team we could use it as. And when I bought my Fanath Frogs, I bought enough positionals to run them as Amazons, Pro Elves and Slan. And that's the great thing about third-party teams.
So Pro Elves now then?
Yeah, basically just Pro Elves, yeah. Zev says, I'd like Slan, but I want a giant frog toad floating around on a throne. Buy one.
Yeah, they have those.
Yeah. Do it.
What do you mean on the pitch?
Do that too. Run it as a giant. Run it as a Crocs and just plain magic. Plain Wizards did it. 2-die block there. Pow push. Pow. Drops him down and takes him out. It's a casualty. Fractured skull. Nurgling power here. Going to go for a foul as well. Just to take out that second touchdown down. So, oh, we got Justice Silver. How you doing, Josh? Sorry for the newbie question. Nonsense. But I was told that Dark Elf Assassins were bad and shouldn't be played. Is there a specific way to play them, or was I just lied to? Well, Ian Tripli00 came on the show,
holding up.
and we discussed Dark Elf Assassins and how they are suboptimal, I think is the plan. So Ian thought, you know what, we've got a tournament. I'm going to run a team made entirely of assassins and a guy with a chainsaw, and wins 2-0. Yeah. Assassins are not great in Dark Elves. They are fun, though. And a team of assassins is very interesting. It does help play against a stunty team. Guys, what a game. Well done to both our coaches here.
Good game, Ben. Well played.
That was...
Look at that flop.
Well rolled. Rolled like an Ian.
Oh, that is fantastic. Right, so the match has been uploaded. What we're going to do is we're just going to quickly have a look at the standings, and then we will let everybody go to bed. Let's get cheeky refresh here. So in the standings we've got Bretonnian in first place, but this is I think this is legitimate Bretonnian, which is ironic given the news for today. In first place with Witch Hunters, second Nobby Knobs himself with +7 casualties. I would expect nothing less. Paint apart with the Khorne team that Ben was tempted to take. Khorne Warriors, 3 of them there. Then we got Quality Squeak.
Tempted and wishing you did, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I've taken a wizard and I didn't really want to sully the name of Khorne, you know.
No, just call it a prayer. That's apparently how you get around that.
Yeah, that is very true, yeah.
We got Skaven in 4th place by Orkster, and then Triple Pow Stab sneaking into 5th place in a Skaven sandwich with his Khainite Assassins between Orkster and Pilgers 425. Old Fang's Pilgrim's son. So, Ian, at the moment, it's looking like you're going to be playing Skaven. There's still...
I don't think Shadow against Skaven is going to work.
There's 4 games left to go. But look, as a Skaven coach, against this team, you don't have a strength advantage. And Armor 7, although it didn't work out great here, losing a Nurgling to a stab doesn't really matter. Losing any Skaven player, even a lineman to stab, it hurts you on an attrition base. So it could be positive for you there. And let's see if we can find Bloodtithe.
Only there was a podcast coming up that could advise me.
Bloodtithe in 19th place with 2 points. Not bad, Ben. You're not going to be bottom. Not by a long shot.
Is that Demons of Slanesh coming bottom?
Alpha Wolf with the Slanesh Demons, yeah, took a loss.
Wow.
Vampire Nonsense called his team. It might have been why.
Casualties.
He lost against Nobby Knobs, who absolutely destroyed the team with 7 casualties. Yeah, that was quite impressive. Yeah, so I guess we found the weakness of that Demons of Slaanesh team. It is being murdered. Yeah, I can only assume that all those Armour 7 Demonettes, although they've got Claw, Hypnogaze and Edge 4, if you catch one of them, perhaps you murder them. And that seems to have worked. Anyway, guys, what we got? Hey, we've got Drew in chat. Let's say hello to Drew before we disappear for the evening. Where's my page gone? There we go. Hey Ben, these leaks are certainly keeping you busy. It'll be a podcast per day at this rate. Honestly, it. When episode 10, when episode 48 comes out on Saturday, you will hear me say the words, "Come on, Games Workshop, give us some news. I just want some news." And oops.
Hasn't aged well, has it?
It's not gone well. It's not
To
gone
be
well.
fair, it might not be from Games Workshop, so.
Well, that is true. That is true. Right, guys, we are going to wrap it up here. Ben, Ian, well done. Great game. Great fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks for casting as well, and cheers, both Ians.
Great fun. And Warhannam Hannam, it's always fun to have you on to chat some Blood Bowl.
Pleasure.
Yeah, but most importantly, guys in chat, thank you for hanging out with us and talking Blood Bowl. I don't know when we'll be back. We'll maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. It depends on the next bit of news. My money is on a Warhammer article tomorrow about the orcs. But we will wait and see. But for now, we will sign off and we will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.
Bye.